Scarlet, our Executive Vice President, Civitan International, is going to talk about some updates going on at CIRC, maybe a little about the Toolkit.
Yes. Hey guys, did y'all enjoy the video?
Yes.
Great. That is produced by UAB every year, and we're very thankful for that. I want to start this, and I know I'm the only thing between us and lunch, so I will, but I do want to start off with two things about me that will influence how we promote the CIRC over the coming years and what you're beginning to see from us. And first of all, I come from a nonprofit background where I worked for the American Cancer Society, and I actually, for about 4 years, actually more than that, closer to probably 6, I was the liaison with a lot of the American Cancer Society funded researchers throughout 6 southern states. That included at Vanderbilt and at UAB and some other places across the South. And, this was my world, to promote the research that was being funded by the American Cancer Society. And so I wrote stories all the time. I made sure that our researchers were in front of our donors. And so I personally believe that we need to do a better job in this way to connect you guys, the clubs, with some marketing information so you can know where your dollars are going when you write a check to Civitan International. So you'll see a lot more coming, including numbers of people in certain across the country that have actually utilized the services of the Research Center. So know that. That's very important to me. We're working on those numbers right now. Number 2, I have a personal connection to the Research Center, and I talk about it often, but I believe that there is a plan for everything. And I just find it very unique that I was placed in this role, and I have a son with autism. So all of this research is very important to me. The driving, especially, he is 16 years old. And we have gotten the permit guide for the state of Alabama, and we're looking through that right now, trying to understand all the rules of the road. His driver's license may come a few years from now, but we're going to try it until we fail, and then we're going to try again. So anyway, just know that this hits home for me. What they're doing, not only in that building, because the Research Center spans more than that exterior of the building that you see. So, when I came in the door 2 years ago at Civitan International, in fact, it's 2 years last month, I noticed, and when I was interviewing for this position, I noticed a tremendous gap in the materials to promote this great place that our organization had been dedicated to for decades. So I'm going to go through some of the tools that have just come out as part of the May Toolkit. We are going to start doing more toolkits on several issues. This is the first because this was the biggest gap. And hopefully the info that you learned today, you can take back to your club and use in some capacity to talk about what we're all doing as one united front to support people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and other brain conditions. So, let's see. I am, you may, if you have a pen, and you can write this down, all of this info is on civitan.org/research. And we're going to go through it together on the screen. But once you get to civitan.org/research, you'll see that there are several items right here on this page. This is the video you guys just watched. It's on our Vimeo channel. Vimeo is like YouTube, but a lot of nonprofits use Vimeo more than YouTube these days. So you can play the video you just watched at your next club meeting. In fact, I invite you, one of the things that we used to do with the Relay for Life events that I supervised at the American Cancer Society is when we would have team meetings, we would have a mission moment every meeting. We would make sure that we talked about our mission every meeting. And so I believe anything you can find on this page, you could probably set up a mission moment for your club every meeting. I want to encourage you to take that back and do that if you're not doing that already. In fact, if there's someone in your club, maybe a parent who has, someone in your club who has a loved one with IDD, maybe make them the mission chair. I know it's not anywhere in a book or a club manual or anything of that nature, but maybe, delegate a job to someone within the club of bringing that information to your club each month or each week, how frequently you meet. So, the cool thing about this page is you have several videos and several ready-to-go PowerPoints and magazine articles. As you guys know, Civitan has a magazine. It comes out electronically now, but you can still print it if you can download it appropriately. If you can't download it to PDF, please email me, and I'll give you my email address later. And I have a handy-dandy sheet to send you as to how to download it so you can print it printer-friendly. But we have a lady by the name of Amy Roberts back at home office who created this tool guide. So let's go to click here. And there's an actual guide as to how to use this toolkit. We have made it so friendly for you guys to use. And it goes through step by step what to use. So we're going to go through some of these things. This is the fast fact sheet. We've updated it. It's basically, let's see, Doug, I'm playing with your computer. I hope I don't mess it out. But it's a flyer. It's a one-page handy dandy. This is what the research center is. This is how we affect lives. We will be updating this fact sheet periodically, in fact quarterly, with new information. But this one is for right now, and you can download it and print it off. So there's the fast facts. Social media images.
That's my favorite.
Oh, good. That's good to hear. These are, all you have to do is click on these and save these and use them on your club pages. I'm sorry, the view is not great here. Okay, so this, just click on the right-hand side and save image as, and you can post it on your club's Facebook page. Can also be used on Instagram. We don't have a lot of clubs that have Instagram pages yet, but we do have a lot of clubs that are using Facebook now, more so than club websites. So these are broken down into little facts that you can use. There's one, maybe you use one month, and another the second month. More than 25,000 patients from all over North America received treatment from the Civitan Sparks Clinic in the last 10 years. Just sort of adding to the promotion of what we do as a united front as Civitans. Here's another one. There's 3.
That's a nice one too. Look at that image there.
Yes, that's the Rett syndrome. That's Dr. Lucas Pozo Miller. He works with Dr. Percy. The Rett syndrome at Research Center is world renowned, if you did not know that. Very famous for serving people from across the globe. And they have identified a drug treatment that may improve the breathing of these patients. So go on here and save these graphics and use them on your Facebook page. So let's go back. Next thing is a brochure, and we passed some of those out. Does anybody need? There are some extras on this table, but it's on here on the website. Anybody needs any? But these glossy things that we passed out, they are now, you can order them through the supply house, but this is the new and improved version of our CIRC brochure that had not really been updated in at least a decade. So proud of this. Here's another one that you can use in a club meeting, are some ready-to-go PowerPoint slides. Ooh, I'm downloading all kinds of stuff on your computer, Doug. Here we go. So maybe you need something to talk about at a club meeting. You can go and grab these. And these will be updated each quarter as well. And here's a script. Go figure. I know maybe it's a little intimidated to talk, you're a little intimidated to talk about the research center. Understandable. I'm an English and a history lover. I'm not a scientist. I didn't major in biology or anything by any means. But I need help too in explaining what we do at the Research Center. This is a ready-to-go script to go with the PowerPoint slide you just saw. Isn't that great? Please use these items. We will be archiving them every quarter too, so if you don't get to use them this quarter, you can go back and look. But just keep checking this page at civitan.org/research. The other thing that I'm really proud of is this booklet. And there are some additional copies on this table. It was one of the other things that was passed out. It's about 12 pages, maybe, or 8. I think it's 8. And it goes a little bit more in depth than the brochure. This may be for someone, if I am recruiting someone, especially someone who has a loved one with IDD, or maybe a loved one with something like macular degeneration, epilepsy, Parkinson's, I perhaps would use this as my recruitment tool and talk to them about Civitan one-on-one, but then leave behind something like this, because this is a little bit more in depth, and those folks are going to want this one probably more than the brochure, and that's why we created a piece that was a little bit stronger. So know that those are out there. Both of these are available in the supply house in certain quantities. Next, we do have another video, not the one you saw today, but the one that we aired at convention. It's about a 4-minute video, and it just has Dr. Powell. I'm going to cancel these, Dougs, so we're not downloading everything in the world, but I'll try to. There we go. This is also on our Vimeo channel. It's 4 minutes as opposed to the 13 or 14 that we just saw. So this may be a good little club video as well, or at least a link to maybe a prospective member and an email. Thanks for coming to our club meeting today. By the way, I want to share with you what we do as Civitans internationally. Here's the link. Go watch it. Let me know what you think. Hope to see you at the next meeting. So it's about 4 minutes of Dr. Powell talking about all the center does. In fact, his vision for the center, which includes a translational research core. So he talked about that at convention. That's exciting, guys, in itself. It's something we really want to be a part of. Okay, I showed you guys the magazine articles. 2 things I want to talk to you about that are some other options for your clubs. Obviously, you guys are 8 or 9 hour drive away, maybe 10 from the research center, but if you're ever in town for any reason, pleasure, business, we can schedule you a tour at the research center in Birmingham, Alabama. Please call us. But the other option that we had, and it wasn't too successful today, I know, Doug, because they overbooked Helen, was your club can host a researcher through Zoom. And I've seen those happen.
Not only the district, but every club, you say?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
So we set one out, set one up for a club in Georgia just the other day. So you can call Amy at World Headquarters, and you can get her to set that up. Maybe it's a 20-minute talk with someone. Maybe your club has a particular interest in one kind of brain condition, and you can set that up. We will also be chronicling those. So we'll have a good collection of those calls and be able to send those out based on topic in the near future.
Scarlet, you might mention that all the email addresses are simply the first name at civitan.org. So we just sent to Amy at civitan.org.
Amy at civitan.org. So I wanted to just make sure that you guys knew that this came out in May, knew that these resources existed, and that I'm encouraging you to use them, because I personally believe, who's seen the St. Jude commercials?
Oh, yeah.
I cry every night.
Okay. So, there's something about those commercials that bring you in. And when you think of St. Jude, what do you think of? Children's cancer. We Civitans should be synonymous with research for IDD or brain conditions. And that is my goal. I want us, when anybody thinks of the word Civitan, They think, oh my gosh, they do so much for families with autism, families with cerebral palsy, families with Down syndrome, families with fetal alcohol syndrome. So that is our vision here, that we will continue to create these tools. And so I think they're great things to use on the club level. I hope you agree. And I wanted just to take any questions about the Research Center as a wrap up. Yes, sir?